Okay guys, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to set up your Arma and Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead for the Dayz Epoch mod. Okay, first of all, you need to open up Steam and get yourself Arma 2 and Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. You can search it here and it'll pop up in the window. The one you're looking for is either Combined Operations or the Anniversary X Edition. I personally have the Anniversary X Edition. It costs more. I picked it up during the summer sale. But the only ones you really need are the Combined Operations, which include Arma 2, the original game, and Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead, which is an expansion. Click on the two of those, purchase them, and let them download. Now, if you already have Epoch and you've played on a different server, and you can skip right over this part and go straight to 8 minutes and 20. And it'll talk you through how to get onto the PIXELARMY server. Another program you're going to need for this is Dayz Commander. It's not required. There is another program called Sixer, but this is just the one that I use, and it's a very easy way of making sure that you have the right mod and that it's up to date. This program can be used to get any type of Dayz mod that you are looking for, and it's extremely useful. Obviously, since Gamespy is shut down, this is a new method it has to take. As you can see, all these servers are no longer active. That's because of the Gamespy shutdown. Using this method, you will be able to get onto the PIXELARMY server. Now, when your games have downloaded, the next step to take is to open up your Steam and run both these games once. Run your Arma 2 game at least once. Just get it up to the main screen. Wait, let me just close this off. You have to run the games once just so that it can create the background files that it needs to understand that the game has been installed on your computer. You don't need to let it run the whole way in, you just need to let it run up until the main menu, which will give you the options of single player, multiplayer, expansions, etc. Okay, when that's done you can close it off, and you're going to do the same thing with your Operations Arrowhead folder. The exact same thing, you're going to run the game once just until it gets up to the main menu with multiplayer, expansions, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to skip quickly over this part because it's only going to be wasting time. Okay, so again, once it hits the main screen you can close it off. It's up in the top left or right corner there. And the next thing you want to do is go to your Dayz Commander. And you're going to go over here to Settings, and you're going to follow my settings that I have here. Under Steam options, you're going to make sure that you have ticked the box for launch through Steam and the one underneath it. And then you're going to go down to Arma directories, and you're going to click override in all three of the boxes. When you have done this, it'll fill in the area in all of the boxes, and then I want you to backtrack and unclick the bottom two. You're only going to have the top one highlighted, so you're going to unclick these two again. Then you just click done, and your next thing you're going to go to is install and update. You need Arma version 112555, so make sure you select that one and click install. When you click install, it'll pop up on the screen for you're going to install Arma 2 beta patch, build, etc. Just click OK. You're going to get the wrong CD key and notification. Just click OK again, and then click the green symbol down here at the bottom, which will say 100% complete, and once again you're clicking OK. The next thing you want is Dayz Epoch version 1.0.5.1, and again you're going to install that. Now if it's your first time, this is going to take a short while. It normally pauses around 48% just so that it can fill in and install a few of the files before it completes the download. When the two of those are complete, I want you to go back to your Steam library, and again on your Arma 2 I want you to click on it to highlight it, and then right click and go down to properties. You're going to go to local files, and you're going to verify integrity of the game cache. Now this is going to take a while, and one or more files may not validate, but don't worry about that. Just let it complete the process, and you're going to do the exact same thing on the Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead one. Now again, for the purposes of saving time, I'm going to skip quickly over this. So as you can see here, it's nearly complete. It's going to complete, and it's going to say one or more files have failed to validate. That's okay, you can just close that off. and your next step is to do the exact same thing with the Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead folder. Right click on it, go to Properties, and once again verify integrity of game cache under Local Files. Now this part is not a necessity, some people get away with it, but just for safety I would launch both games again up until the main menu screen, just so that any changes can be taken on by the game. Do this with both Arma 2 and Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. Okay, so that should be everything that you're required to do to get onto the mod. Now we're going to show you how to get onto the PIXELARMY server. So your next step is to go onto your Arma 2 in your Steam library, and you're going to right click on it and go to the Properties. So right click on your Arma 2, go down to your Properties section, and this time you're going to go to Local Files, and you're going to select the top option, which is Browse Local Files. In here you will see the top folder is going to be called Add-ons. Highlight the folder, right click and click on Copy. Now you can close off this window again. Okay, so your next step is to go to Operation Arrowhead, Properties, Local Files, Browse Local Files again. And over here on the right area, keep it away from any of these. Just keep it over here in the space in the white area. You're going to right click again and you're going to click Paste. Now this could take anything up from 2 minutes to 10 minutes depending on your processor, because it's a pretty hefty file. It's roughly, I think, about 8.40 gigs. Now when that is completed, I want you to click on Betas and drop this menu down, select Beta, and in the box type in code 112555, check code. It'll give you back a message that the code is invalid. That's okay. Now switch it back to none, opt out of all betas, and you can close this window off. Also make sure to just remove the coding from the box. Now you probably have a second Operation Arrowhead folder. Make sure that the beta is set to none, opt out of all betas, and that too. Now one of them should say obsolete and the other one should say Operation Arrowhead or Operation Arrowhead Beta. In the one that is not obsolete, I want you to select Properties and set launch parameters. And the launch parameter that you're going to type in there is the following. It's -mod equals at Dayz _ epoch. Now the launch parameter is not a necessity. Some people are able to find their way onto the server without it, but I personally couldn't, just from where I'm living in Ireland. So it's your own choice at the end of the day whether you want to fill it in or not. So when you have that filled in there, just click OK and you can close this window off. And the next thing you're going to do is launch the game. Okay, so when you launch the game, just wait for it to get to the main menu. And what you're looking for on the main menu are the following. You want it to read your expansions down here in the bottom left. I have the Anniversary X edition, so I have 2 extra expansions here. You also want your epoch, Dayz epoch, at Dayz epoch up here. For some people it is epoch 105, that's okay. And finally down here in the corner for version, you want 1.63, that's your Arma version. 125548 is the version that you'll be running for this server, and underneath you want the epoch version 1.0.5.1. Now if it's not there, you might want to check your expansions and make sure that your at epoch expansion is highlighted. Now if it is not highlighted, you can't actually do it from here. You actually have to go back, remove the launch parameters, and then restart the game. Come in and you will be able to enable the expansion. Then you can close it off again and you will be able to put back in your launch parameters and then join back into the game. So when you join back in, just make sure that your at epoch expansion is up and enabled, and you should be good to go. Your next step from here is to click on the multiplayer tab. So since Gamespy shut down, more than likely when you click on your multiplayer tab you will have no listed servers. Go down here to remote and click on that. And inside in the IP area type 5.39.98.218 and the port is 2302. These will all be in the description. Click OK and the PIXELARMY server should pop up here. Double click on the server to get access to it and you should get to this screen, which is the player load-in screen. If you have an issue where it says session lost or you were kicked off the game, then please jump on the TeamSpeak and one of the mods or one of the admins will be there to gladly assist you. I'm going to put the TeamSpeak address down at the end of the video. The reason you might get session lost or that you might get kicked from game is because you may have one of the settings wrong, and that's absolutely fine. It's happened to a load of people and we haven't actually met anyone that we haven't been able to get onto the server, so just come onto the TeamSpeak and poke one of us and we'll be able to get you into the game. If everything has worked for you, then you will be onto the server and just get in contact with an admin or a mod and we'll help you get started and you can soon start surviving. TeamSpeak is a global communication program that you can use to talk to other people who are in game. I suggest getting it. It's very helpful, it's very useful, and it's a good way to meet other people on the server. The following is the address: teamspeak.pixel-army.net.